Ahead of the cabinet expansion in Maharashtra, Maharashtra CM Fadnavis reaches Nagpur. This is his first visit after taking oath. A rousing welcome for the Maharashtra Chief Minister there. As you can see, he's conducting a big rally as well in Nagpur. This is Fadnavis's hometown. Remember, he has arrived in Nagpur. A grand welcome for Fadnavis there at the airport as well. He did speak to reporters earlier. We'll try and get that soundbite for you as well on what Fadnavis said. Remember, this comes ahead of the cabinet expansion that's set to take place in Nagpur. Not just that, the winter session that will take place in Nagpur in the coming days as well. Remember, earlier we did report, as per sources, 6 ministers that are set to take oath today in the cabinet expansion. And as per information coming in as well, the faces in the Maharashtra cabinet that we can expect are going to be young faces that the BJP is strategizing for its upcoming tenure in Maharashtra. These are visuals coming in from Fadnavis's rally there in Nagpur. My colleague Anuj joins us with more details. Anuj, take us to the latest. We are getting in visuals of Fadnavis's rally there ahead of the cabinet expansion.
Yes, all the MLAs are reaching Nagpur for a couple of reasons. Firstly, for the winter session, which is going to start in Nagpur tomorrow and will be taking place up until the 21st of this month. And more importantly, there is the cabinet expansion that is happening today. Later, we see that Devendra Fadnavis has officially visited Nagpur for the first time after taking the oath as the chief minister of the state. Just last week, and Nagpur is the place where he's from. He started his political career there. He served as one of the youngest corporators there, and as one of the youngest mayors in the country when he was elected as the mayor of Nagpur, and he's been representing the southwest constituency in Nagpur city or Nagpur region for quite some time now, which is why we are seeing that the people there, his followers, his ardent supporters, have come down to streets to welcome their boy, back to the city just when he is going to take the oath as the home minister. He's of course taken oath as the chief minister, but then he'll be taking over as the home minister of the state in Nagpur later today. Nagpur also becomes very crucial because usually the cabinet expansion, the first cabinet expansion of any government here in Maharashtra takes place in the capital, that is Mumbai. But then this time around we're seeing that it is taking place in Nagpur. Last time it happened so was in 1991. So it's been 33 years since a cabinet expansion hasn't taken place in Nagpur's Raj Bhavan. But this time around we're seeing that happen, and through that, of course, we are seeing that there's a power dynamics being put in place by the Bharatiya Janata Party, and more importantly by Devendra Fadnavis, who is very much a Nagpur boy. It's the place of his choice, and more importantly also because Nagpur is the home turf of the RSS, and Devendra Fadnavis is one of the closer people from the Bharatiya Janata Party when it comes to the RSS. After the Lok Sabha election results, the RSS wasn't the happiest when it came about the BJP forming alliances with certain political factions, especially with the NCP Ajit Pawar faction. But we saw that Devendra Fadnavis was mediating there, and he was trying to mobilize the troops together and was able to convince the RSS and the other organization as well on how important or how crucial it is going to be for them to have Ajit Pawar by their side, and that actually proved out to be true. So a lot of his political acumen is credited to the formative years that he spent as a politician and as a young leader in Nagpur. And this clearly is a very historic moment for Devendra Fadnavis, who has just stepped down in the city along with several other MLAs who will be taking oath, as ministers later today. Talking about the portfolio distribution, close to 39 to 40 ministers will be taking oath as cabinet ministers, and a huge chunk of it will be new faces. We are expecting new faces from all the three parties, that is NCP Ajit Pawar faction, Bharatiya Janata Party, and also from Shinde Sena faction, to be introduced in the Devendra Fadnavis's cabinet, and that shows the kind of approach that he is trying to have. There's a type of social engineering that he is trying to put in place here by having the old horses and the new ones together to make a statement before the beginning of the third term of Devendra Fadnavis as the chief minister of the state.
In terms of the third term of Fadnavis, there might be a sort of aim that he has for his term, because it has been something he has been waiting in line, served as deputy CM, and he has played a major role in the Maharashtra Assembly elections for the BJP as well as the Mahayuti as well. So it seems he has built a vision for the upcoming term.
When he was interacting with the media right after taking the oath, we heard him speak about the kind of projects that he had put in place as the Deputy Chief Minister under the leadership of the Eknath Shinde. And one can clearly see that the focus remains on farmers and on the agrarian heartland of the country. Be it the ambitious project about connecting rivers, in the central part of the region, a central part of the state, which is a very dry region and is often in news for being one of the more underdeveloped parts of the state. Secondly, it's the Ladki Bahin Yojana that has been in contention for the longest period of time. We saw that it was one of the more important schemes that helped the Mahayuti come back to power earlier this year. But then, ever since the elections have taken place, ever since the results have been out, there have been a lot of questions about the eligibility criteria being tightened a little bit. So, that is where he would have to clarify a lot of things. But from amongst several other things, Fadnavis seems to be prioritizing solar energy when it comes to the rural parts, connecting rivers in especially the semi-arid regions of the state, and paying very close attention to Marathwada, because Marathwada becomes very crucial for multiple reasons. Firstly, it's because of the Maratha community, which has been swinging either against the Bharatiya Janata Party or in support of the Bharatiya Janata Party. In the Lok Sabha elections earlier this year, we saw that the Maratha community's vote was very detrimental and crucial in determining the reduced vote share, which was by a slight degree, but the reduced vote share of the Mahayuti government, especially of the Bharatiya Janata Party. And secondly, because a lot of the farmers, who had been complaining since last few months, be it about the soybean issue, be it about the cotton issue, a lot of these farmers come from the Marathwada region. Now, Marathwada region becomes a very important place in the state when you talk about, the number of constituencies and the mood of the state, which is why we can see that an extra effort has been put in place by Devendra Fadnavis. At least if we are to believe the early indications given by him, that his effort is going to be, prioritizing development in the relatively underdeveloped regions of the state, be it some parts of Vidarbha or Marathwada as a whole. But at the same time, he also talked highly about how urban infrastructure, about which, Eknath Shinde talked very proudly, be it about the multiple road projects being built in the greater Mumbai region, be it about the Samruddhi Highway, which was again put in place by Devendra Fadnavis during his first term as the Chief Minister. That again is going to be one of the top priorities of this upcoming government. But what will be more important for us to see is where do the crucial ministries go? When you talk about the Home Ministry, that is in all likelihood going to stay with Devendra Fadnavis. But what about finance? Has Ajit Pawar been able to convince Devendra Fadnavis to make sure that finance stays with Ajit Pawar, or is it Eknath Shinde who has been able to convince Devendra Fadnavis to make sure that equal amount of important ministerial berths are provided to both NCP and Shiv Sena? Answers on that will become a little clearer, as we approach to the end of the day.